Right, welcome to today's video on the Datsun 720 King Cab pickup truck. I have not done a sort of a big video on this for a while, sort of talking about it, reviewing it, discussing it, and telling you the plans for it. Now, that's what we're going to be doing today. I've got the GoPro set up, I've got this camera, I'm going to drive around, find somewhere nice to stop, somewhere nice to sit and talk about this pickup truck, introduce new subscribers to it again, because we have had 1,000 subscribers, so I want to show you it all, and also realistically tell you the problems with it, just a big deep dive like we did with Nick's GTR. So come join. So, welcome, ladies and gents, and apologies for squinty face and things like that, and apologies if there's any wind noise, but this is my Datsun 720 King Cab. I had this imported from Thailand last year. I went through an import process and things like that. And this one is basically my dream car, outside of a Datsun 510, which I absolutely love. I really, really, really want a Datsun 510, but I can't because I picked up, I picked up the Pulsar, didn't I? So there's a funny story about that, and I will probably tell that story eventually. But suffice to say, this is basically my dream car. It has an SR20 DET out of an S13, so relative power, good power, probably, I would imagine, only putting out about 200-ish horsepower, maybe 180, something quite light to be fair. But this it's very lightweight anyway, so it doesn't need a lot of power because there's not much body to move around. But I had it imported from Thailand, which is a whole story in and unto itself. But what I thought I would do today is just show you around it, show you what's happening to it, show you what's going to be becoming of it moving forwards on the channel. Because some people really like it. The thing is that no one really knows what this is. Whenever anyone sees it, they're like, that's cool, I really, really like that. But they don't know what it is. So not many people actually view these videos, but I love this truck. And anyone that sees these videos tends to love this truck as well. So I want to talk you through it. First things first, you would have actually seen the drive here. Awful drive here, because the suspension on the front is actually dropped. You can see on this side, it's reasonable height. On the other side, it's dropped, it's snapped. Or vice versa, I can't really remember which side is snapped, but basically, it's snapped. One of the shocks has snapped down. It still drives, but it's not ideal, and the alignment's way off, and the steering rack is loose, and it's just garbage. So that needs to be corrected, and this is actually going in for major, major, major work in less than a month. So what's happening to this truck is pretty major. It will have a custom coilover kit put on it from Bibani Customs in the US, which is reasonably expensive and was reasonably a pain in the ass to get over here. The guy, Jason Pope, I think his name is, reasonable to deal with, but he's very, very, very clearly busy. And because he's so busy, his responses to things can be quite lacking, which I'll probably do a big review of anyway. But this isn't to shit on him. This is just to explain, if anyone does go for it, don't expect his replies to be that great. But anyway, It's going in for a custom coilover setup, which will actually raise the truck up. Because of course you see now we've got the side exit exhaust. Great, I love it. The sound is amazing. It really opens up the SR20 as well. But the problem with that is it's too low to the ground. It's about 10 centimeters off the ground, which I was really scared of driving this truck the moment I had the exhaust done, because I ended up scraping everywhere because it is so low. But this will raise the truck up. It'll have a custom coilover set all round. Brand new custom coilovers from QA1 and then the fabrication stuff from Bibani Customs. The leaf springs at the rear, gone, completely gone. And because this is and it's going to have a 4-watt links kit at the back as well. And because this is a body on frame truck, it'll actually have reasonable articulation. You should actually be able to go around corners at a reasonable speed, but it also means handling will be good. It means I can then actually dial it in on wheel alignment. I can get that sorted. And then, ladies and gents, I'll take you to the interior of this absolute beast, because that's being changed as well when it goes in. So you can probably tell, and those of you that have watched the channel for quite a while will know we did the custom door cards. I love these, like I really, really do. Some trim still needs to go on, but I love these. I think they're really, really cool. But the rest of the car looks like crap. Why is that, huh? Why is that, Nate? Well, ladies and gents, I found a major leak up in the firewall, which you can see. I tried to patch some bits and pieces up of it. When it goes in for the custom coilovers, this whole firewall is being cut out. The whole thing cut out and a brand new one put back in. So all of this sound deadening will have to come out. The whole interior is going to be stripped down, completely removed, all gone, done and dusted. And a brand new firewall put in. It's actually an engine out job as well, which will be interesting to say the least, because I don't quite know how they're going to approach removing the engine anyway, and whether they'll have any problems with that. That'll be interesting. But again, you can see where we tried to fix the leak by putting basically a bridge that water could fall down on, which it worked for a little bit and put it on both sides, but it's still coming through and it's rust. And I want to keep this car forever. And this is obviously the beautiful SR20 DET with, you know, custom pipe work and stuff like that. And actually you can even see where some of the water's been getting in, because this has started to, you know, oxidize a little bit. I think even, is that bad? I don't know. That's not too bad. But because the engine's going to be out, because the interior is going to be stripped, and most egregiously, ladies and gents, because this is coming off, literally coming off in my hands. Because of that, the whole car is being resprayed. The whole thing is being resprayed. You might as well do it when you're doing such a big undertaking and the engine's going to be out anyway. And one of the other major issues with the car at the moment as well is the wiring. It's why it needs to be redone. I thought the starter motor was going, because it was like really struggling to start. Like, see that? But what it is actually wiring. I believe it's a wiring issue, because if I just hold it in just the right place, it works. So the idea is, engine will come out, inside stripped bare completely. The firewall will be done, so that means automatically that the engine bay will have to be painted to obviously rust protect it again. So the colour that we're going for, I will tell you, because we can still do a big colour reveal anyway, because when you hear it and when you see it, completely different things. We're going for midnight purple, ladies and gents. It's going to be a midnight purple Datsun pickup truck with the SR20, but with red accents. So the arches, red accents, black accents. So the arches will be black, the wing mirrors will be black, the literal wing mirrors, the lip will be black. What else did I say was going to be black on this car? I think that was it, actually. Oh, the engine bay will be just a nice clean black colour. Maybe a bit of flake, but that's about it, really. So, and the interior will be black as well. So the interior oh, and the truck bed, sorry. There is so much stuff with this car. So the truck bed will be Raptor black lined, which is actual truck bed lining. And the inside, so all the blue on the inside of this truck will be gone. It'll be done black. The doors will probably just be midnight purple, to be fair, but then black inside on inside the truck. And what we're going to probably do is either at the same time get this flocked black, swap these chairs out for black 350Z chairs, get the rewiring done, and then wire them in for heated seats. I think, but we will see. But for any more sort of information on the actual truck itself, like I said, it's a Datsun 720 King Cab, which originally they would have, these seats are original anyway, but they would have fold down seats in the rear. There's so much garbage in this truck, FYI, because I've been using it as storage. But they'd have fold down seats, so these would fold down. They're not actually there, but there would be seats that fold down. And it would be a 4-person truck, believe it or not. It would literally be a 4-person truck. And you can see what I've tried to do. I tried to lay down sound deadening and then new felt, which did actually sound deaden it quite a lot. But all this will come back up. And then it'll go back down when it's sprayed. Because it will I'm literally going to be putting it back in. And then from there, it will have brand new carpet as well. So the whole thing will have a custom carpet, which I had to have made to order from Australia, because they sold these cars, or these trucks, should I say, in Australia. Which will be really cool, because then it'll be wrapped up and done then, basically, minus tuning work, which will be done later down the line. Now, obviously, the other sort of element of this truck are the really, really cool Enki wheels. These came with the truck. They are stretched. The tyres on there are stretched, which when these wear down, I'm not going for stretched tyres again. They are a nightmare. You go over any bump, you think they're about to explode. Not good. Would not recommend it. Not nice. Seriously not nice. One of the other things that people are always confused about with this truck, and I don't blame them, I literally don't blame them at all, is what this is. Someone said it was an intercooler. It's not an intercooler. This is actually the air conditioning unit on the truck. This is the aircon unit on the truck with battery relocation to the truck bed as well. But this is the aircon unit, which I don't know if it'll have to be ripped out completely when they do the respray, because it does have the old gas that we don't use now in the UK, which might cause a lot of problems actually. I really hope not, because I still want aircon. This is actually my only car with aircon, because the 370Z doesn't have aircon anymore, because there's an issue with it, and you have to replace the whole unit, and that's like $2,000, which I don't want to do. The Pulsar doesn't drive anyway, but it also doesn't have aircon. So I really do want this to keep its aircon. But there you go, ladies and gents. This is the Datsun 720 King Cab that is here on the channel. In terms of future stuff, well, that's the big rundown on its paint job and what will happen to it. When it is completely done and dusted, we will probably get it tuned. The reason why I don't want to get it tuned just yet, there's no point. It can't put the power down to the floor when it has these garbage leaf springs in the rear, and because it's too low, you can't put the power down to the floor properly. So there's no point getting it tuned yet, but it is on the cards. I do want to get it tuned. I'd love to keep all of the gauges that are in it. I would love to keep them, but they will probably be swapped out for a digital dash, which will have a custom bezel and things like that. It's just par for the course with these things. But the other element of getting it tuned and not getting it tuned yet is realistically because I don't actually know what diff is in it. And you can see under there, like it has a differential. And it has some custom work done to it anyway, but I don't know what axle, I don't know what drive shaft it has or what axles it's running. So I don't know what power it's going to handle, which does need to obviously be considered. Because if it's got the S13, it's got anything out of the S13, we should be good. We can tune it. But if it doesn't, then we're going to have to go custom route. But there you go, ladies and gents. So this is the Datsun 720 King Cab. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope seeing this quirky, strange, weird little pickup truck has enticed you to want to watch more videos on it. They get sort of good views, sort of not. Obviously, we've restarted this channel with the Pulsar. That was the sort of boom, yes, here we go, we've got the Pulsar GTIR. But I bloody love this truck. It's so weird and so cool, and I just absolutely love it. So hopefully some of you guys now love it too. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a like, please do share it. And if you're new here, please do consider hitting subscribe. Videos have been a bit slow because I was waiting for Nick, and I'm still waiting on parts for the Pulsar. Nick's really, really busy now. So I've made the decision to make more videos alone again, which is just how it is. You know, like I've got my job, Nick's got his job, but I've got more availability in the daytime to go out and do some car stuff. But any opportunity that Nick is around, he will be back in videos. So if you like our interaction and you actually subscribe for that, please don't worry, it will be back. But until then, you've got weird, quirky cars and me rambling nonsense, I guess. But anyway, this has been Car Nonsense, me talking some cars and nonsense. Thank you so much. Take care.